this morning. Joining us now to discuss this is Senator Inaya Abaribe, who is the Chairman, Senate Committee on Mining, Power and Metallurgy. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you, Maupe.
I'm sure you must have been very busy during the recess. Abia State was in the news. What was going on in your constituency?
Well, I guess everyone in Nigeria knows what happened. My constituency was invaded by soldiers. A lot of altercations between the people who were agitating for a different Nigeria and the soldiers who decided that they would take no prisoners, let's put it that way. So we were all very busy.
You considered it an invasion. Some people will say, is it a separate territory?
Well, let's put it this way. When a military force comes in without any invitation by anybody on ground, I'm talking about the governors and the civil populace, and all of a sudden there's a whole lot of people who come in bearing arms, subjecting people to all manners of indignities. I don't know which other word you would call it.
The commander-in-chief needs an invitation to be able to go to a state?
Nope. The commander-in-chief said, not just the commander-in-chief, the army said that they were going to conduct an exercise. And they put a date for to conduct that exercise. And that date was the 15th of September. On the 11th, there was this whole influx, which means it's about 4 days or 5 days before then. So what else are you going to say? You're going to actually assume that it wasn't part of the exercise. I remember also at that time that I called the police commissioner when people were calling me and saying, this is what is going on here. And the police commissioner told me, oh no, everything is calm, we don't have any problem. So I assumed, and I think also the reports had it, that when the army was interrogated to say, why would you do this? They said, oh, we are testing repaired military vehicles and all that. And of course, we asked.
That was what the army said?
Yes. Just take all the timeline.
I had the privilege of interviewing the Chief of Defense Staff, and I said that was a statement released by the police. Yeah. I mean, that was what the police said. The army said they were doing. He said he's not aware of that statement, and that's not what he was told on the ground. But nevertheless, I mean, I think the controversy will continue. We've moved past that now. The federal government has prescribed IPOB.
Yes.
It doesn't sound like something that the Southeast Senate caucus is supporting. Is that right?
Of course.
You don't support it?
We don't support it. We think that it was an overkill. We think that it was giving a dog a bad name to hang it. And because we felt that, first of all, there are procedures that you use to go towards proscription. It wasn't followed. It was after the fact of proscription that the procedures were now followed. And we felt that you don't walk from an answer to the question.
But the governors of the Southeast supported it.
The governors didn't proscribe IPOB.
What did they do? They banned the activities of IPOB.
The activities is what they said.
I mean, I saw your letter, the statement released after your meeting, Southeast Caucus. You said you appreciate the steps taken so far by the Southeast governors to address the issues of concern, beg your pardon, agitations in the Southeast with regards to the confrontations of the military with IPOB, especially in Abia State.
Yes.
You didn't quite say that you supported them. It was more like, well, we've seen what you've done. We appreciate it, but do you support it?
Well, let's put it this way. The governors, in taking decisions in their states, are privy to information that we do not have. And we felt that if you are taking that position, so be it. But to go beyond that to now announce that IPOB is a terrorist organization was what we felt was not right. And we felt so because when you talk about a terrorist organization, the implications are far much more than just the organization. You're talking about profiling everybody from the Southeast as terrorists. I'm from the Southeast. I'm a senator. I have the privilege of having to go outside of this country. So what it means is that if you now say that the people from the Southeast are terrorists, then
Is that what they've said?
Of course, now they said IPOB.
Are you a member of IPOB?
I'm not a member of IPOB.
So
how would the foreign embassy, for example, know who is a member and who is not?
So far, so good. I mean, it's been
that's the point.
It's been how many weeks since Nigeria did that prescription, and they gazetted it this week? Have there been any reports of harassment or discrimination or profiling as a result of that?
Well, let's put it this way. You come from a particular ethnic group, and you're branded, so to say, because of the activities of some people in that ethnic group. So we ask the question, could there have been a better way of dealing with this? And Nigerians have, of course, looked at the matter, and they've said, how will you class IPOB and Boko Haram on the same platform? How would you? On what basis?
Distinguished, while that is going on, I mean, definitely there will be arguments as to what was the basis upon which you classified IPOB as a terrorist organization. That argument will go on. But when you look at the implications, I mean, the implications which you argue, that it would have implications for profiling of all Southeasterners, then some people will argue and say it was the same concern raised by certain people when Boko Haram was about to be proscribed and declared a terrorist organization. There were fears that all Northerners, not just Northeasterners now, will be branded as terrorists and profiled as such. But wasn't their fear at the end of the day unfounded?
So let's ask ourselves another question, Maukwe, and that is, why was the people in this government also against? It was the same fear, not so. That's what you're saying. But I'm telling you that when an unarmed organization whose avowed interest has been in non-violent agitation, just get this big hammer. And we have also looked at the reasons given. And look at the reasons given. One, that they tried to snatch guns. Tried to snatch guns from the military. Assuming that that is correct, can you juxtapose that with a Fulani herdsman that went to Agatu and killed more than 500 people, or went to Nibo and killed 500 or more in Enugu State? This is not trying to snatch. It is now and then somebody from this same government sits on this chair and says, oh, that is criminal. That's not terrorism. And you want people from the Southeast to feel that they are a legitimate part of this country, treated fairly and equally. The real issue for us is that, and we made it very clear, is that what everybody wants is a Nigeria that is fair to all. Not a Nigeria in which you will classify some people in a different way and some other people in a much different way.
Well, we do know that this, classification has also raised quite a number of criticism and has also raised a number of questions and reactions. There are people who do not see things from how you've explained it. They also think that in terms of the actions that IPOB was, raising and the manner in which it went about its agitations, it had potential for the unity of this country.
So I agree with you. So let us now ask a simple question. The potential is what you overkill by prescribing them as a terrorist organization.
You don't agree
then
with them?
At the same time, no, our problem is simple. At the same time, people have visibly done things that have actually impacted on the unity of this country by murdering their fellow citizens. And some people here in this country told us, I think a northern governor told us that he actually had to go to another country to negotiate with these people. Negotiate so that they don't come killing again. And then just a few people who haven't killed anybody, who haven't done anything, but because they have the potential of doing so, you now turn around and say they are terrorists, with all the implications for being classified as so. Hell no. We as the Southeast Caucus, we just felt this is not right.